All right, so on to the third diagnostic criteria of DDD. Um, what do you like for no reason? This is actually an ideology that I picked up from an episode of Dawson's Creek. If anyone knows the series, then you'll get the significance of this. In any case, so Dawson is this huge movie buff, and he just loves all movies. And one episode, there's this girl, and she asks him what his favorite one is, and he's like, I don't know. There are so many. I don't think I could pick a favorite. And she says, No, sure you can. Well, I like this because of this, and I like this because of that. And she's like, No, 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 no. What's your favorite movie for no reason? Like, you just don't know why you like it, but you do. And he responds, Roadhouse. I don't know why. I should hate it, but every time I see even a little bit of it, I have to finish the movie. And that's actually a really, really good way to describe the difference between an objective favorite, something where you're like, I like this because of cinematography, I like this because of the story, and a subjective favorite where it's like, I like this because I don't know, I just do. And that's a very, very important distinction for anyone. Um, but when you're suffering from DDD, almost everything about your dissociative personality is going to favor what is practical, what works, what allows it to function better, what allows it to protect you more, is very much like the Terminator. Okay, it doesn't care whether the gun is blue or whether it's red or whether it's white. All it cares about is, does it do a good job? He might like an, one gun over another, but that's because it does a better job. And you can usually find a reason why you like this thing or that thing. But when you don't have a reason for liking something, that's because you just like it. Okay, but your dissociative personality isn't wired that way, and it's not going to have those things it likes for just no reason. That's an example of your core personality showing for any of those things that you are able to identify. And in part of the dissociative disorder, part of the reason why it works this way is because of the fact that your core personality works that way, and it's trying to protect the core personality. And in order to protect the core personality, it needs to keep that kind of information and those kinds of experiences as limited as possible. It doesn't do a very good job of protecting you in the long haul because it interferes with your ability to form relationships, but that's not the dissociative personality's objective. Its objective is to protect you from them, as I mentioned in a previous video. So, it's trying to get away from those things. It tries to block those things. It tries to isolate and protect those things. A good way of explaining it, as I told people, I could tell you that my favorite color is blue, but I wouldn't tell you that my favorite color is blue, probably. Because unless we're really close, that's something I consider very personal and private, and the reason why is because I don't have access to a lot of those things. There aren't a lot of things out there that I just like because I like them, that I've been able to identify because of that dissociative disorder. So, that I've been afflicted with for 30 years. So, that being said, when I share something like that, it means a lot to me. It's a form of vulnerability, letting you know that my favorite color is blue, just because unless you're someone really important to me, there's no purpose in you knowing that. I mean, that is something that is meaningful to me. That is something that is meaningful to the people around me, that are close to me, that I want close to me. That is not something that people really need to know. And that's kind of how that dissociative personality asserts itself in those particular areas. Is just say, hey, this isn't going to do anyone any good except for leave you more vulnerable by opening yourself up more to other people, and other people are going to take that opening and try to expand on it more, and you can't expand because it's not safe, and you haven't because it's not safe, and you're going to get hurt if you try to. So don't. But yeah, so it's actually a very important part of diagnostic criteria to find just how much or little does a person seem to be in touch with what they enjoy without reason. There are a lot of people out there that have absolutely no clue why they like half the stuff that I do. And maybe there is a reason deeper beneath that they're just not exploring. Maybe not. But it's definitely far less common to have so few of those things that you really enjoy for no reason at all. If you are part of that group of people that are suffering from something like DDD because of the fact that you probably grew up in an abusive household. And growing up in an abusive household tends to increase your IQ, which means that you tend to be able to see patterns that other people can't see just naturally without even trying. And as a result, there are many, many things that are far more intellectualized. And as one person once said of me, you're too smart for your own good. And I said, yes, I am. So but for most people, they don't think that hard. So they've got a lot of those things. And they don't particularly think about having to save or protect those things or protect themselves from letting other people know those things. But someone with DDD would. So anyway, this is a long video. So that's it for this symptom. And then we'll be moving on to, there are two more that I want to go ahead and cover. And we'll be going ahead and covering them tomorrow. So see you then.